Good morning, team. Welcome back. And in this video, I will try to explain the FIN5823 week 7 discussion, which will be developed based on the financial model that we create. There are some instructions that are given here. It mostly discusses about a financial budget model that should be created for a new fleet of 10 vehicles. So I want to purchase a new fleet of 10 vehicles. So using the financial model, I should evaluate ifs and buts based on which I will be selecting a combination of vehicles, which is maximum of 10 vehicles. And the combination should be between van and semi truck. Means like how many vans do I need to purchase and how many semi trucks do I need to purchase, that should be evaluated. Some basic detailing related to van and semi truck are given, and the company the company manufactures and distributes 550 units per units per year. So the maximum capacity that the company, whatever the company that manufactures and distributes is 550,000. So when I manufacture 550,000 units, that should be completely distributed to the end point. So I can't keep inventory with my organization. That is basic understanding you should have. Now, we should create a financial model using the following elements, which I already did. And your discussion mostly speaks like what you should write in your discussion. It is about the combination of vehicles you choose and why. What is the combination of vehicles? Like how many vans you are going to purchase and how many semi trucks you are going to purchase, that you will be discussing. Okay. So next is what is the trade-off? Which did you consider? Like maybe cost or capacity, what you consider most while selecting your options, like how many vans and how many semi trucks. When you are selecting the numbers, what factor you considered the most? Next, you should understand, you should also write about what is the impact of APR on your cost. So, for your sake, I already created a financial model, and let me tell you how we can work on this option. So, you can also take use the Excel sheet that I created, and you can modify it if you want. That is not needed as of now. As of now, I just need a discussion and nice writing of information related to the case. Okay, so here. This is the financial model. What we can do is, see here, see, if you take, like, say, for example, I took maybe seven these vehicles and three these vehicles. It is always important that the total values are total number of vehicles, like a combination of vehicles, total should be 10 vehicles. So you can take three vans and seven semi trucks, whatever the combination it is. Okay. So the purchase cost is this one. So what is the purchase cost? 54,000. And if you took APR, means on interest, if you took the financing cost will be this, and total cost per vehicle, and there is a fuel cost also, and based on which we will be taking total fuel costs, and overall we are having a total operating cost. So purchase cost is this, and when we include finance cost and fuel cost, the total cost becomes this. So we are having annual operating cost. Then we are having a hauling capacity. How many units can be distributed by different type of vehicles? If it is a van, it can distribute maybe hardly 10,000 units, and if it is a semi truck, it can distribute around 1 lakh units. So what is the total hauling capacity? Because we took seven vehicles, it is 70,000, and we took three semi trucks, it is 3 lakh. So total capacity, it is total hauling it is doing is 3 lakh 70,000, where we have a requirement of 5 lakh 50,000, and we see that there is a capacity gap of 1 lakh 80,000. The demand curve is 67%. So this is a basic detailing related to the model. Okay. So fleet loads needed is at least 1.48 fleet loads are needed. Now we should choose what combination of these values can give maximum hauling capacity. What is the maximum hauling capacity? That is 5 lakh 50,000. So we should change these combinations that makes this value mostly equal to this value, maybe 55, 5 lakh 50,000, or at least 5 lakh 40,000, whatever, like maximum nearest to 5,50,000 values that should be. Okay. So for that one, what we do is like usually there is an option called linear regression programming. So that linear regression programming can be used for selecting combination of values. For that reason, what we should do, like this value, whatever the value, this value should be greater than zero. Means van quantity should be greater than zero. So it should be positive and maybe like greater than or equal to zero. Okay. So if it is like greater than, if you want to take greater than zero, you can make it greater than or equal to one. Okay. So maybe again semi-truck should be greater than zero. So this is greater than equal to zero. This is condition. So these two values should be positive. So we are telling that these two values, whatever the random values the model is generating, that value should be a positive value. At least it should be a zero or greater than that. And total value should be equal to 10. So whatever the combination you take, so when you take these two values, the sum of these two values should be 10, always 10, because we decided that we are going to purchase 10 vehicles. Okay. So it should be a combination of van. These are the three conditions. And here the main objective, what should be the main objectives? Objectives you should decide. What is your objective? Objective whether to minimize this one. So whether operating cost should be minimum of operating cost. So it can be anything like the least operating cost that we can get here. So when we change these values, what is the least value that we can get here that we identify? And another objective is maximizing capacity, total capacity. Okay, total. So minimizing operating cost or maximizing total capacity. These are the conditions that we should identify. For this one, what is the referring cell? The reference cell is I4. Maybe I4 is the reference cell. For this one, K4 is the referencing cell. So we are creating a condition that so the capacity should be maximum utilized following the condition like van should be greater than zero and semi truck should be greater than zero and total number of vehicles purchased should be 10 where the capacity should be maximized. Another important option is so maximum operating cost should be minimum where van is greater than zero, total vans is greater than zero, total semi trucks is greater than zero, and total count of values is equal to 10. So this when we have this condition, it's good to decide it. Okay. So another one more condition we choose like so this this should be maximum. What should be the condition? Maybe K4 value should be less than or equal to this one L4 L2 value means so what is the maximum capacity? It cannot be more than 55,000, right? 5,50,000, right? So we are setting it should be maximum value and the value should be less than 55,000. These are the conditions we are mentioning. Okay. So these conditions are very important to create a linear regression program. So let me show you the model that I have created. So this is the model. What I did, B2 value means value should be greater than van to count should be greater than zero and semi truck count should be greater than zero and van count plus semi truck count should be equal to 10 and the capacity value should be less than or equal to 55,000. So these model are implemented and what I am maximizing? I am maximizing capacity. So when we take this kind of option, you should get some better options like it automatically gives a values which satisfies all these conditions. Okay. So now let us solve it. So now you can see that when the van values are 5, okay, sorry, solve. Okay. So when van is 5, semi truck is 5, it is maximum utilizing the capacity. Okay. And what is the operating cost? 112,000, 1,12,500. So at this total operating cost, you can utilize maximum capacity. So what is the key factor here that we identified? Capacity is pushing us more. However, every organization needs its operating cost should be lowered. Okay. So now let us try the same option with taking operating cost as main element. Okay. So I take a minimum value of operating cost should be included. So when this, I want this value to be minimum. And what is the maximum capacity? So this is the maximum capacity. Why can we keep it up to 55,000? So when we take 55,000, the value will be same. Okay. So you won't find any change in quantity. So anyhow, like let us change it. Maybe the value K4 value is less than or equal to 55,000. Okay, just take it. So this value should be less than or equal to 0. So now let us try to solve it. So, okay, click OK. What we identified, this is 10. So the best operating cost means least operating cost we are getting for only when we purchase vans, and that is 80,000, and for capacity it is solving 10,000. So we are clearly seeing 4,50,000 capacity deficiency. This is not an optimal solution. You understand? So because capacity gap is very high, even you purchase 10 trucks at a low least cost, what is the use? Like you need to satisfy your capacity requirement, right? If you want to distribute 5,50,000 units, you should distribute maximum of them, right? If you distribute only 18% of the capacity demand, it is not an optimal solution. So cost is not the proper matter here. Anyhow, why don't we implement both the conditions here? So like how we can change? Why don't we make this total hauling capacity is equal to total demand? When we keep these two values equal, there is a possibility, and we when we keep these two values very near, and we try to minimize the total operating cost. So let's change this one too. Let's make it equal. Okay. So I want to make this one equal. So this value is should be 5,50,000. Click OK. Okay. Now what we are doing, we kept a condition like total capacity is equal to 5,50,000 and the operating cost should be low. For that, what is the combination of van count and semi truck count that we get, that we are trying to calculate? Just click solve and click OK. You can see that for that, so maximum demand curve, we are getting value of 5 and 5. So it's very simple for the cost question. So based on the financial model, what is the first answer? What combination of vehicle did you choose and why? So it's like because so we will be choosing five vehicles and five vans and five semi trucks. It's because it is giving least operating cost at satisfying maximum demand supply. Okay, so the distribution can be maximum done at this operating cost. So this is the best operating cost at which maximum demand can be served. So we are taking the combination of 5 and 5. So these are the combination values. Next, what trade-off did you consider? Did you consider capacity or cost? What is the trade-off you considered? See, to my context, maximum capacity should be satisfied when we are selecting a vehicle. So what is the purpose of selecting the vehicle? To not to reduce the cost. It is to ensure that your total production should be distributed properly within time to the targeted customers, right? It's not just a cost. Anyhow, cost will happen. Cost should also consider, but the main trade-off is cost. Cost is the most important. Sorry, capacity is the most important element that we are selecting here, because our main purpose is to distribute whatever the manufactured units are there that to the target customers. So capacity, and anyhow, here we are also using cost as an important factor. We are ensuring that when we are taking maximum capacity as a main parameter, in that context also we are trying to reduce the operating cost to minimum. So at minimum operating cost, what is the maximum for the maximum capacity? What is the minimum operating cost we are going to get that we identified? So here, so both the values are considered, but more importance is given to given to capacity gap, sorry, capacity, total capacity that we can handle. And here, if we increase these values, we need to calculate sensitivity. What happens if we increase APR value? Say, for example, if it is 11, so the operating cost is increasing. So maybe 12, the operating cost is increasing. Maybe it is 9, the operating cost is increasing. So the interest rate, if we increase the interest rate, APR is interest rate. So here annual percentage rate, here it is. Okay. So when the annual percentage rate is increased, it automatically increases the cost. When it is decreased, it decreases the cost. They both are directly proportional. Okay. So this is a basic explanation related to your topic and how to write it. So my suggestion is you try to keep a good explanation related to the topics like why cost is should, what is the trade-off, what is capacity, what is the main purpose of selecting capacity, and what is the cost and why it should be considered most. So these theory should be more written, and what is APR and why it, how it is impacting the value and how it increases or reduces. That element should be properly highlighted. So my suggestion is to start with what is the case study and what is the purpose of writing this case study and what main elements that are mentioned in the given case. Then based on that you tell what are your combination values. Next, after that you just try to write about trade-offs between cost and capacity, why capacity is important, why cost reduction is important. You speak about them, clearly explain it. Next, you take APR value and how APR is impacting. I already explained. So make sure that you explain what is APR and how it is going to impact the target cost values. All right. That's it from my side, team. All the best. Work on your discussion document. Thank you.